Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And on this edition, I'm going to be talking for a few minutes about Josh Gordon. And the reason I'm talking about Josh Gordon, for those that don't know who he was a wide receiver for the New England Patriots. And I think maybe like last week sometime they decided to release him after they put him on IR. Josh Gordon is an incredible wide receiver. He started his career for the Cleveland Browns, and he had a little bit of some off the field issues with dealing with drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. Josh Gordon played for the New England Patriots since last year, and he kind of turned his life around, man. So I want to give a special shout out to Josh Gordon, and I hope that he continues to recover and continues to better his life. People have been asking me about Josh Gordon and should the New Orleans Saints try to get Josh Gordon since he is no longer with the New England Patriots. And to be honest with you, my answer to that is simply no. I'm not a fan of that. The reason why is not because Josh Gordon is an incredible talent. I think this guy is incredible. He's about 6'3", 6'4", about 230 pounds. I mean, before he got into all of the off the field issues, he was on the cusp of being probably one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League. People were even comparing him to the likes of Calvin Megatron Johnson and Randy Moss and some of these other greats and Julio Jones. But I think that when you dealing with a guy like this, you got to have a support system around him. You got to have the right people around him to protect him from himself. I think that the New England Patriots had him, working with people around the clock and monitoring his behavior and monitoring him, making sure he wasn't going out here making bad decisions. And when I think about stuff like that, I don't think about the New Orleans Saints really dealing with guys like this. I think that we all have applauded the New Orleans Saints for doing a great job at getting guys with good character inside of the locker room. I don't know if a lot of you remember between the dark ages, in my opinion, between I think maybe like 2014 to about 2015. I think that's when you had players like Junior Gillette and Joseph Morgan, excuse me. And you had other guys on the team, getting in trouble all the time and guys weren't playing for each other. And you had guys in the locker room like Akeem Hicks that were throwing people under the bus. And the New Orleans Saints kind of changed that narrative. They got out here, they drafted well. They got guys inside the locker room that love each other, that play for each other. And that's the team that we're enjoying today. So when you're dealing with a guy like Josh Gordon, I think that it carries a lot of issues, and a lot of issues I don't think the New Orleans Saints will want to deal with. Not that I'm saying that Josh Gordon wouldn't be a great addition to the New Orleans Saints as far as talent-wise. I mean, a blind man can see how incredible he is on the field, but I just don't feel like he would be a right fit for the New Orleans Saints in the chemistry of the team. I think that Josh Gordon, even though he is incredibly talented, he has a long way to go when it comes to trying to, resurrect his life. He's doing a good job so far. I feel like Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick, they did an outstanding job making sure that he stayed out of trouble. But hopefully, upon his release, he won't take a step back or anything like that. He continues to develop and be the best Josh Gordon he can possibly be off the field. But that's my opinion. That's what I think about Josh Gordon. I would love to hear from you. What do you think about Josh Gordon possibly being a member of the New Orleans Saints? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think the Saints need to call him in? Comment down below, like and share this video. This has been another edition of A Quick Minute of the State of the Saints podcast with yours truly, TJ Jones. Thank you very much for your questions. Continue to submit them by going to Gmail and emailing me at stateofthesaints@gmail.com, or you can go to facebook.com, search State of the Saints podcast and inbox me there. Till next time, all I got to say is, who dat?